everyone, this is Wade from fishfindermounts.com, and I want to do a concise little video here for you guys on just doing your wire crimping process, wire cutting, jacketing, stripping, like stripping the jacket off the wire. I've got these special tools here. This is the crimper tool. This is a really nice one here. You know, this is just a brand name of this. You see these around in this, they've got these little dies that you can insert in here. So you can get it from probably Lowe's sells ones that are nice like this for around 60 or so bucks. So that's the red, the red dots here. So guys, right here with this style of tool, there's the red, there's the blue and the yellow. So these are really indicative of different diameters of these terminal endings. So I'll just show you here. This red would be with this red. We have blue ones in the shop here, but you see that the diameter is much different. So you want to use the color code to the color of the actual terminal that you're going to be using. These are called butt splice terminals typically, meaning you're taking two wires, stripping them, and you got your braid to braid, and you're crimping this down, and it's connecting the two wires electrically. So they're the continuity is the same, or you have continuity between the two wires. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a strip and crimp operation. All right. So the next tool we're going to introduce to you is this guy here is actually a really nice one. I like this tool because you've got all of your different diameters of wire. I'm not too scientific. I've done this for years. My career was in electronics at one point, so I sort of intuitively know, but you can see the apertures in the tool of how big the holes are. And when you start to do the job, you kind of want to like eye up, okay, that's how much braid, that's the wire inside that I have. And this is how big the hole should be to be around that braid. And you just want to just take the jacket off. You don't want to cut it right off. But the nice thing with this tool too is it also has a cutting side too. So if you just want to cut your wire off, boom, easily done. It's right there. And I also have this heavy duty cutter. I like this myself. But you know, these two tools will do everything you need if you have good quality tools. Don't buy the crappy, you will never be happy. They won't even do good jobs, guys. So just try to get some decent tools. That's what I recommend. Get some decent tools. Nowadays, you seem to be able to get some fairly decent tools for not so much money. So what we'll do here is we're going to do the crimping operation. We're going to pretend this is our fish finder cable. Let's pretend, okay, guys? And so it's coming. It's your power cable from your fish finder. Let's say this is the fish finder over here. Okay, let's say this is plugged into the back of your fish finder. This is your cable coming out. And we're going to attach one of our cables. That is our fish finder power cable, we call it, because this power cable is going to go ultimately onto here. It's got the SAE plug, as you see here. Okay. Right, you see that? And of course, the cable coming out of our battery box, that would go together like so. So you see, here, let's just do it. I'll show you guys. So this SAE plugs to that SAE, and notice the black terminal or the black wire is running right through on this side. So this is all black all the way through. And then this is red all the way through, of course, okay? So our fish finder power cable is the one with the tubes on the end that looks like this. Our battery power cable, if you get one of these in a quick connect set, this would be what goes onto the end, terminal end of your battery. You know, your small batteries, either lithium iron phosphate, different chemistries, or acetyl lead acid. So there you see the difference. This is our fish finder power cable, and this is our battery power cable with that terminal. That's the difference. But here we go. We're going to do the operation. We're going to take this guy, and I'm going to eye this up. I'm pretty good at this, as I say. So I'm going to go right about here. We don't have to score into the actual braid itself. And once you do it just right, I like to put my thumb against the tool and wrap my hand around here and push away. It's a really nice way of doing it. It works really well. Now, this is gonna get stuck inside the tube, guys, so you know that there is actually some metal inside of here that when you crimp down the metal, of course, that's going to, and it's crimped also down onto this wire, it's all gonna join together and have continuity, okay? So that could be enough. I'm gonna crimp it a little bit more. It's better to have it a little bit longer than you need than too short. So I'm gonna do it again. Here's the camera. Do it again. If you're a fly tying guy like I am, also this is like kind of like, that's a little long. I'm just gonna take my little cutter and trim it a bit. Again, I'm using my hand, my fingers as a support. Trim off a little bit here, guys. Oops. See, that's where this tool here comes into play, which is nice. Cuts it in a lot nicer. There you go. So that's all perfect length now. Like the length of it is, you know, it's like a, you know, just a little over half a fingernail. I'm a 6 foot tall guy. We're gonna take this guy and we're gonna do the crimping operation. So you see the butt splice. This is going to, you can see the metal inside the actual terminal too there, if the camera can see it. Hopefully it can. I'm moving it around a little bit just to hopefully we can pick up the angle correctly. We're gonna take this guy and we're gonna go, and we're just gonna make sure we push that on nice and hard, okay guys? And we're gonna take our crimping tool, okay? And you can see the camera's watching closely here, what that looks like. That's how it's gonna look. We have this, the flange of it or the edge of it is basically grade level or equal with the actual die, the metal die here. And we're just gonna squeeze. And now we know that we've crimped that metal piece inside here. That's where it is. It's between here and here essentially. And then the jacketing, it also has a jacketing kind of crimp a little bit too, which is kind of nice. And we're gonna do this guy next. We'll do that one more time so you guys can see. We've pushed it in there nice and solid. I'm flipping it over. You guys can always pull this apart a little bit more too, to give yourself a little bit more room, breathing room to get your tool in there. Right? See that? Here we go. Now that's joined. Now we want to test it. We always want to test it. Is this connected very good? Yes. And I'd also recommend if you guys have a multimeter or some kind of testing tool, you're testing for continuity. What is continuity? Continuity is just being sure that a signal, maybe it's an electrical signal or what have you, can go from one end of a wire all the way to the other. If that's the case, so if you take your terminals of your probe or your tester and you put one here on the same wire where it's going to at the other end, it should go beep. If you have a decent tester, it should make it sound like that. And then you know you have continuity, meaning that electrical charge or electrical current, I should say, will pass through that wire. If you have a break, you have an open circuit, meaning you do not have continuity and you have messed up in your crimping job. So I'd also recommend, it's good to have a little tester. Sometimes you can get really basic ones where the light will come on. If you attach the two together, you can get, you know, all sorts of really cheesy ones, but it's nice to maybe spend a little bit of money so you can test your car batteries or test whatever, motorcycle batteries, so on and so forth. So now you've got your crimp operation done there, guys. So this is Wade from fishfindermounts.com coming to you to show you how the crimping operation works. Okay, so this is Wade from fishfindermounts.com. Thank you for watching my crimping, stripping, and cutting, and yeah, electrical workshop. Thanks for watching, everyone.